Alright folks, welcome to the last Math Notes video on Chapter 9. This is 9.3.1. We're going to look at solutions to two variable inequalities. Alright, to represent the solution to any inequality with two variables, that is like an x and a y, first graph the boundary line or curve. If the inequality does not include inequality, that is, it's just greater than or less than without the equal sign, then the graph of the boundary is dashed to indicate that it's not included in the solution. Otherwise, if it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line to indicate that the line is included in the solution. This is equivalent to the open and closed circle when you're graphing one variable inequalities. So the dashed line is like the open circle, solid line is like the closed circle. Once the boundary is graphed, choose a point that does not lie on the boundary to test the inequality. So it can't be on the boundary, it has to be above it or below it. If that point makes the inequality true, then the entire region in which that point lies is a solution. Let's look at the two examples. There are infinitely many solutions to each of the inequalities. The shaded region of the graph is a diagram of all of the solutions. So for this inequality, y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 3. First we graph the line, which is going to have a y-intercept of positive 2, and it's going to have a slope of negative 2/3. So we're going to go down 2 over 3, and in the other direction we go up 2 to the right 3. And then we connect those, and we're going to connect those with a dotted line because is less than, not less than, or equal to. And now we want to test a point on one side or another of the inequality. Usually 0, 0 is an excellent point to test because it's really easy to check. So we plug in 0 for x and 0 for y, and we see if we get a true or false inequality. Well, 0 is less than 2, so that means at this point right here, 0, 0 is included in the solution, so we can shade everything below our dotted line. There's a little bit of a shortcut here. It's still good in some cases to test the points, but if you write your y to the left of your inequality sign, then anytime you have a less than, you're going to shade below the curve, and anytime you have a greater than, you're going to shade above the curve. So here we had y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 2, so we're going to shade below the line. Now if I were to come and switch it and put the y to the right side of the inequality, that's going to change this situation. So be careful with that. Make sure the y is on the left if you're using that little shortcut. Alright, so for your homework, I want you to sketch a graph of this inequality and shade the appropriate region. Alright, have a good one, guys.